New Year's Eve turned into a terrifying night for a group of revelers. 5 people were sent to the hospital after police say a man opened fire on a party bus while driving on the interstate.
3 people are dead, a 4th fighting for life tonight.
Police are now calling a double murder.
One of the 4 people caught in a barrage of gunfire has died.
The 17-year-old is accused of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder.
There has been a quadruple shooting.
3 people are dead after a shooting in Moscow this afternoon.
Police say there were 5 people who were shot. 7 people shot at a house party.
More questions and answers right now coming out of Polk County after an overnight home invasion and shooting.
3 Tuskegee University students are in stable condition tonight after an off-campus shooting.
An early morning shooting that killed 2 people and injured 2 others.
5 people were shot outside a nightclub.
2 people dead and 3 people injured.
Killing 2 men. Several others were also hurt.
The suspect left 3 people injured and 1 person dead.
At least 6 people were taken to the hospital after that shooting in Jamaica Plain.
Gun violence claims the lives of 3.
Wendell Warren just learned 3 members of his family were killed, and another one is fighting for her life.
Tonight, a total of 4 people were shot.
Police were on the scene of a quadruple shooting inside this house on Panola Road.
Police say his son is wanted in the deaths of 5 people.
The man accused in a multiple shooting that happened at a Syracuse bar.
The shooting occurred and is all still under investigation. It wounded several people.
Breaking news out of Stokes County where 4 people are dead, including 2 children in a murder-suicide.
3 other people were shot inside a Warrensville Heights barber shop.
Police say one of the barbers died. 3 others are in the hospital.
A weekend in a Georgia suburb, the scene of the latest mass shooting for America to deal with.
6 people are recovering after an early morning gunfire.
Deputies say they found multiple dead bodies inside of a house.
Search is on tonight for the person who opened fire outside a Long Beach apartment complex, shooting 5 people.
A shooting that killed 3 people and injured the Habersham County Sheriff and also a deputy.
Gunfire erupted at 2 homes, leaving 4 people dead, including the gunman, and 1 woman seriously injured.
3 people have been killed.
2 others are in the hospital.
In all, 9 people are dead and 1 is injured.
What led up to that quadruple shooting?
Police say 40-year-old Ian Sherrod shot and killed 3 people. Sherrod was eventually shot and killed by authorities.
We're learning more about the man who allegedly shot 3 people and then shot at law enforcement officers over the weekend.
Also new this morning, 4 people have been shot.
At about 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, 6 people were shot.
Shots rang out, and we can confirm this morning that 1 person has been confirmed dead.
We have a total of 4 people that were shot, 3 died.
2 people were killed, 5 others hurt.
2 children and 2 adults are shot on Chicago's Far South Side. Early morning shootings at local nightclubs in Columbus that sent several victims to the hospital.
A man opened fire on a family of 5.
What led to gunfire that sent 5 people to the hospital?
An early morning shooting that sent 4 people to the hospital.
Victims are identified from a double murder-suicide.
A drive-by shooting that injured 4 people at a house party in Compton. 2 of the victims just young children.
Following a deadly drive-by shooting in Stockton.
We believe his motive at the other locations was robbery and carjackings.
4 people shot near a school. 1 man is dead tonight.
Heartbreak tonight on the Navajo Nation. An officer is dead after a gunman led police on an hours-long chase.
On the scene of a shooting with multiple victims.
They observed 1 individual who appeared to be deceased, and then we had a total of 6 other individuals who all suffered from different varying degrees of gunshot wounds.
5 people were shot.
3 women and 1 man were shot and killed.
A shooting at the Hamlet School Park that injured 4 people.
The wild party suddenly turned into a chaotic crime scene when several shots were fired.
Gunfire erupts at a bike show outside a Stockton strip club, leaving 4 people hurt.
They did a protective sweep of the house and located 4 deceased individuals.
5 people were shot in broad daylight.
Shot and wounded 4 Bethune-Cookman University students at an off-campus party in Daytona Beach.
6 people, including a pregnant woman, are shot at a West Louisville nightclub.
3 of the victims in this case are children, including an infant.
5 members of the same family were found dead inside of the North Phoenix home.
One person dead and several others wounded.
Dozens of candles are lined up on Graham Avenue tonight. Mourners keeping them lit.
Police on the scene of a shooting in West Charlotte.
Police say they found 25-year-old Nathaniel Thompson shot to death.
In the latest shooting, 5 people were hit.
4 people were shot on the same street around 4 o'clock.
The murders of 2 local women this week.
An update on the condition of the 6 people that were shot.
There were 6 people shot.
4 people found shot in Gila Bend. 2 of them have died.
2 people are dead, 3 others injured.
5 people were shot and 4 of them died, including the suspect.
Overnight gunfire injured 4 people.
Still looking for the person responsible for shooting 7 people at a party this weekend.
Deadly shooting on Buffalo's east side. 4 people were shot. 1 of them died.
Out of 4 people shot in Northwest Fairmount.
1 person is dead, at least 4 others critically injured in a late-night shooting.
Woodson and 3 other people were all hit in the gunfire.
5 men shot, 1 dead in Capitol Heights.
5 people were found dead inside a home.
The man had just found his daughter, her boyfriend, and their 2 children dead inside the home.
A multiple shooting in Milwaukee tonight leaves 5 people wounded. 4 people were taken to the hospital early this morning after a shooting on Rochester's north side. A shooting, we're told, between biker gangs. There are at least 9 people reported dead.
He was gunned down around 9 o'clock last night. 4 others were shot as well, but survived.
Shooting 4 people.
1 man was killed. 3 others were hurt in the incident.
Investigation is underway after 5 people were shot.
2 people are dead after a quadruple shooting.
4 people shot Sunday night.
3 other people were wounded in the shooting.
Overnight, 9 people were shot.
2 unidentified males were found fatally shot, and 2 others were also injured in the shooting.
And another shooting added to the outbreak of violence this week. At least 4 people were hurt.
When it was over, 4 males ranging in age from 14 to 47 had been shot.
4 people shot in broad daylight, and it left 4 people injured.
Hours later, cops still trying to figure out what sparked the violence.
West Side last night, a double murder-suicide.
Shooting and killing 2 people, then shot his parents.
Someone drove by the basketball courts at Ardmore Neighborhood Park and opened fire.
5 people shot and sending others running into the street.
A deadly shooting on Long Island. 3 people were killed. Another is in the hospital.
Shots fired in West downtown Davenport. Sends 5 people to the hospital tonight.
They responded and found 4 victims suffering from gunshot wounds.
Overnight, 5 people injured after a gunfire breaks out.
18-year-old Alonzo Scott was killed and 4 others were hurt in a shooting on Warren Avenue.
A man shot and killed his entire family before taking his own life.
That woman was one of 4 people shot just after 4 p.m. today.
Breaking news, 1 person killed, 3 others hurt in a shooting.
Sprays of bullets hit and 4 people wound up being shot. 1 of them was killed.
9 people shot, 1 of them killed.
And then several others were taken to the hospital after that shooting.
4 people were hit by gunfire.
The suspects drove by and opened fire, hitting a 70-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 20-year-old.
Responsible for shooting 5 other men.
4 victims still recovering tonight in the hospital, including a 5-year-old little boy.
4 counts of murder.
Someone fired several shots, wounding 4 people and killing Wally.
A man in his 40s was shot in the back and died at the hospital. 3 other victims are in their 20s.
One person is dead and 3 others are in the hospital after a shooting,
leaving 4 people with gunshot wounds.
A search for the man responsible, according to police, for the shooting of 4 men.
To this church where 9 people were lost during Bible study.
Accused of shooting 4 people overnight.
That man, one of 10 shot in total, including a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old, and an 18-month-old child.
Clowns came up, it looks like 2, and started firing shots at their intended target and didn't care if they hit anyone else.
Who shot at least 3 people around 9:15 tonight.
Community shocked to hear of a triple murder-suicide.
A shooting that injured 7 people, including 3 children.
4 people were caught in the crossfire at 35th and Indiana.
Now 3 people are dead, 1 person in critical condition after a shooting in St. Martin Parish.
Someone opened fire in East Harlem Wednesday afternoon in broad daylight. There were 4 victims.
A Green Acres family found shot and killed inside their home.
4 people were shot.
We've learned 1 person has been killed, another 3 injured in a shooting in Taunton.
Parents and police say 6 people were shot overnight.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Opa-locka, where there have been reports of 4 people shot.
1 person dead, 3 others injured.
4 people were hit by gunfire. 2 of those people confirmed to be dead this morning.
4 people were shot, 1 of them killed.
Police responded to a call and found 5 victims. Sadly, 1 of the victims passed away.
Chief Fowler says, like you said, this was the worst he's seen gun violence in such a short amount of time. They were told multiple people were shot.
The one who shot and killed 3 people before then killing himself.
1 man dead and 3 others with gunshots.
A quadruple shooting in the city near the campus of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
2 people are dead, another woman suffered gunshot wounds, and 2 police officers were injured.
When our officers arrived, they located 5 people that were shot.
Breaking news, 4 people are shot when gunfire rings out in North St. Louis.
Murders and shootings in the city, including the killing of a teenager.
4 people have been murdered in Orangeburg County, 2 of them children.
Drive-by shooting that wounded 7 people.
Police on the scene where 4 people have been shot, including the 1-year-old child.
5 people are recovering tonight from gunshot wounds.
4 Marines were killed on the scene. At least 3 others were wounded.
4 people were rushed to the hospital, including 2 innocent bystanders who were hit.
Violent end to a home break-in. The family who lived there surprised the burglars.
4 people were shot outside of a home.
5 people were shot.
They were possibly arguing over a dice game, which led up to this shooting.
5 young men were wounded, 1 critically shot in the chest.
2 people died there, and 2 others were taken to the hospital.
With a pistol and just shooting them 4 or 5 times.
A shooting at a Louisville nightclub leaves 6 people injured.
The shooting happened just before 2:30 this morning, and 4 men were taken to the hospital.
What the heck happened here?
Yeah, 6 people shot.
A shooting outside of Miami Gardens strip club claims the life of a security guard and leaves 2 others wounded.
They're calling it a murder-suicide. 5 people shot, 4 dead.
Right now, 10 victims total. We're talking about 2 people, 2 victims who were shot and killed. The shooter shot and killed himself, said the police chief, and 7 people were taken to local hospitals.
1 teenage male was shot to death and 6 others injured.
5 people were shot overnight.
5 people shot in northeast Kansas City. 2 people are dead. 3 others tonight are in the hospital.
Scary scene from the Desire neighborhood following a late July shooting.
2 men are dead and 2 others injured after an apparent murder-suicide in West Frankfort.
Gunfire, screams, bullet casings, several people shot.
How many shots were fired during the gun battle that also wounded 3 other people?
At least 1 person dead, 4 others hurt in an overnight shooting on Chicago's North Austin neighborhood.
In Brooklyn, where a shooting wounded 9 people this morning alone.
An early morning shooting in downtown Savannah injures multiple people.
Overnight, 7 people were shot. Friends between the ages of 19 and 22 all shot in what police believe was a drive-by shooting.
2 people dead and 6 others hurt.
Very deadly 2 days across central Vermont. Right now we can confirm 4 people are dead.
2 people dead and 3 others hurt after a shooting spree.
Investigating the killing of a woman and a shooting of at least 11 other people.
Then shot each of them in the back of the head. One of the 6 children he is accused of killing.
Frida Lockett was killed and 3 other people wounded.
The scene where 1 man was shot and killed and 3 others injured.
4 people were wounded Monday night during a
possible drive-by shooting in Long Beach.
19-year-old Kason Barnes was killed and 3 other people were hurt but survived.
And it's still not clear tonight what sparked all of this.
6 people are now recovering, some of them in the hospital after bullets went flying during a party.
In a shooting that left 5 people injured.
4 people are shot at a house party in South Austin.
3 people were killed and 4 others were injured in the drive-by shooting outside the Boys and Girls Club on Genesee Street.
Last night's double homicide.
Several people are suffering gunshot wounds. A neighborhood is on edge and a shooter is on the loose after a drive-by shooting in Durham last night.
4 people have been shot, 3 of them dead.
The Madisonville shooting that's left 2 people dead, 5 others injured.
Right now, at least 4 men are in the hospital after being shot.
1 man dead and at least 7 others wounded.
The latest incident, a deadly quadruple shooting, happened just after 7 o'clock.
Breaking news overnight, 4 people were shot after a home invasion in Brooklyn Center.
The murders of 2 journalists during a live broadcast in Virginia.
2 are dead, 2 more are wounded.
Witness says he saw a man with a black bandana covering his face jump out of a dark BMW and shoot those standing in that park.
The man opened fire on his estranged wife and her family. 2 people were killed, 2 critically hurt.
Police are searching for the gunman who opened fire in a lounge, killing 1 person and leaving 3 others hurt.
Officials say there were 2 gangs involved in the shooting.
So that's 3 deaths in this situation.
4 men were at the park around 9:45 last night and they were shot at.
5 people were shot there. Sadly, 1 did not survive.
And now 4 people shot, 2 in critical condition tonight in Muskegon Heights.
The father shot his girlfriend, their 2 little boys, then turned the gun on himself.
7-year-old Kevin Rodas was one of the victims in this weekend's deadly shooting.
A shooter remains on the loose after injuring 4 people at the Columbia VFW.
Police are working to find the man they say shot 4 people at a Daytona Beach park.
Shooting in lower downtown overnight sent 4 people to the hospital.
Violent time in our city. A lot of people are on edge.
The family of 5 found dead in a home on Lake Minnetonka. All died of gunshot wounds.
2 people are dead. A shooter last seen on an ATV with an AK-47.
People shot at the NC Music Factory near Uptown Charlotte. 6 people were struck.
A 34-year-old son was killed. Another person died in that shooting, and 4 more were wounded.
There are 4 victims in this shooting. Woman is dead, and 5 other people are in the hospital following a shooting outside of a nightclub this morning.
Valencia County erupted in gunfire overnight, and now 2 men are dead and 2 more are injured.
4 men dead in a driveway. 3 of them are brothers.
The gunfire ringing out late tonight in Newark on Springfield Avenue and Irvine Turner Boulevard.
At least 4 people have been shot in the village of Albion.
Oh yeah, it's devastating when you lose the whole family, you know, all 6 of them.
They located 4 victims suffering from gunshot wounds inside the home.
1 person is dead, 11 more are injured after a shooting.
Police say at least 1 person is critical. Another one was shot in the leg, and then 2 more victims we found out later also showed up to local hospitals.
2 people are dead this evening and 2 officers are injured. Late this afternoon in Sand City.
1 man is dead and 3 others hurt after shots were fired.
Someone shot into a car of 4 people while they were waiting at a stoplight.
1 man dead and 3 more with gunshot wounds.
Breaking news on the south side. 4 people shot, happened right across the street from a school.
The shooting near Danville High School.
Shootings that left 2 people dead and another 2 injured.
2 groups of people started shooting at each other early Sunday morning, wounding 4 people.
The gunman shot at least 11 people inside of a bar.
Several shots at them, striking all 5 individuals.
A 3-year-old boy is among 5 people shot.
4 victims in their mid to late 20s due to gun violence.
An 11-month-old child injured in a shooting last night that killed his mother and grandmother.
But the Douglas County Sheriff says not before he murdered 10 and injured 7 more.
We are the only advanced country on earth that sees these kinds of mass shootings every few months.
1 victim is deceased. It appears to be an adult male at this point. There were 4 other victims.
People are dead. 1 remains hospitalized after a shooting in Levy County.
Detectives say shot 5 people in broad daylight.
1 dead, 3 others wounded in a shooting overnight.
4 teenage boys who had been shot.
Some of the victims were seriously hurt when the gunman fired into a crowd of people.
5 shot, 1 run over.
DeKalb County Police investigated a quadruple shooting at the Austin Oaks Apartments.
4 people were injured in a shooting.
5 other people were hurt in this shooting when someone opened fire.
Breaking news, several people have been shot in Calumet City.
18-year-old is dead this morning and 3 students injured after a shooting on Tennessee State University's campus.
The search for the gunman who shot 5 people, including children.
1 man has been killed, several others wounded in an early morning shooting in South Phoenix.
A shooting in Johnston County that injured 5 people.
A chaotic scene in Pageland. A second person has now died.
Breaking news in Evansville where 4 people were shot.
Fort Worth police say a man shot at the mother of his child and at 3 other people.
It began with shots fired just east of downtown Colorado Springs.
A woman finds 4 of her relatives shot to death.
Linked to a quadruple shooting.
A terminally ill husband killed his disabled wife, then turned the gun on himself.
An adult son and nurse were also shot.
A triple murder and suicide in Oakland.
A deadly overnight shooting. 1 person killed, 3 others hurt.
A shooting there left a 20-year-old man dead and had 3 others sent to the hospital with gunshot wounds.
Those people got in their vehicles and exchanged gunfire.
2 men are killed, 2 others critically wounded.
A man, Gawain Rashane Wilson, shot his twin girls, his girlfriend, her father, and then turned the gun on himself.
That freeway suicide with those 3 murder scenes.
A mass shooting that injured 5 people.
New details about the 6 people found murdered at an East Texas camp.
3 women dead, a man injured.
6 people were shot.
In Murray, a town of some 17,000, now without 4 of their own.
5 people injured, 1 in serious condition, and we're told that 2 of the victims are minors.
Injuring 3 people and killing 1.
Well, 1 person is killed and 3 others injured following a shooting earlier today.
An overnight shooting that sent 1 person to the hospital and injured 5 others.
5 people were hurt in that early morning shooting.
4 people are in the hospital tonight after a shooting on Chicago's west side.
4 people were hit by gunfire that night.
16 people, including several teenagers, were shot overnight at a park in New Orleans.
5 protesters are recovering from being shot by masked men.
4 victims and the suspect himself.
A shooting investigation happening right now. At least 2 people have been shot.
Still investigating a shooting that injured 4 people outside a mobile home in Conway.
Cherry was killed. 3 others suffered non-life-threatening wounds.
And 1 man died in the restaurant. Another man is laying dead here in the parking lot. Another man was taken to the hospital. The 4th victim was listed with minor injuries.
A total of 12 people were hurt. 9 were transported to the hospital, and unfortunately 3 people died.
In Savannah, Georgia, a woman was killed and 3 others were injured after a gunman opened fire around 1:30 this morning.
Spraying as many as 75 rounds, killing 14 people and wounding 21 others.
He shot and killed Destacia Strawn and her 2-year-old Kenesha.
3 other women were also shot.
3 people were shot and brought here to UC Medical Center from that shooting in East Westwood. 1 person did not survive.
3 boys are recovering after being shot in a drive-by in Mount Oliver.
The quadruple shooting in Northwest Baltimore where 1 person died.
4 people injured after a gunfight in the Whitaker Street parking garage.
Shortly afterward, 4 people were shot.
A day after a mass shooting in Wilmington leaves 1 teenager dead and 3 others injured.
Who opened fire in a convenience store parking lot, hitting 5 people.
We're learning tonight that this was a drive-by shooting.
4 people have been shot outside a busy nightclub in San Leandro.
There are 4 victims. A 2-year-old girl was shot in the abdomen. 3 men were also shot.
Mobile police say 4 people were shot in the parking lot just after 10 o'clock Christmas night.
Also breaking, 4 people are hurt after a shooting at Feltonville Social Club.
New at 10, 4 people injured outside in the parking lot of a bar after a shooting in East Jackson overnight.